Yeah! What's up, everybody? Welcome back for another edition of DGT Live, coming at you from the Central Coast of California. I'm Leo, along with my co-hosts
Rick
and
Francisco. We've
this
been
is your
upgraded.
family-friendly show about games, movies, and pop culture.
I was gonna say you did add a little extra in there. You threw me off there for a second.
She's giving us a part of the show now.
Yeah. You
Yay.
both have gotten a promotion. I'm in such a good mood today because this is your special edition
Can we get a-
E3 coverage, best of E3 coverage show.
Can we get a raise?
Raising the carpet.
I was gonna say, can you pay us double
Dad
of what
jokes,
you're?
folks. Dad jokes. Happy Father's Day.
Can
to
you
all
pay us
dads.
double of what you're currently paying us?
Sure.
Yes.
Still zero.
Still double.
DGT just ended this E3 just ended this past weekend. And I'm stoked, man. Lots of games shown. It wasn't the best of E3s, but then again, you can't expect this E3 to be one of the best ones. The reason being because you know, it's at the end of a console cycle. I'd like to welcome everybody who is joining us. AJ Bishop, I can see you're on already. What's up, man? DGT in the building, indeed. And I'd like to remind everybody else, you can drop a comment, drop a like, comment, all that good stuff, and we'll be checking them out as we go. Okay? And not only that, but looks like
Ken Palmer's here.
Ken Palmer's watching us. What's up?
We have some music playing.
And we don't have our usual comments, live comments. And I think
mute it. The music is
kill them.
bring it down because
No, just mute it.
Just stop it. Just stop the music.
Is that better?
Ken. Thanks, Ken. It's better.
That wasn't Ken. That was
You're still gonna have to mute it for when we do the playlist, though. That's
Yeah.
desktop audio.
That's right.
There you go. Click it. Don't be
Boom.
afraid. There you go.
Boom. Ay, Leo. But as I was
See,
saying,
it's not only you, Rick.
as
It's
I
not
was-
only you.
as I was saying,
All
the
I said
comment
is I
section
copied.
is down today due to technical difficulties. We'll have it back up as soon as we can.
my
Maybe
back's
next week.
itchy.
Your back's itchy.
Yeah, that's good now.
Thanks, Rick, for letting us know. We have a long show for you.
Oh,
This-
God.
kind of like a
Let's
best.
get down
best
to
of
it.
We have to
E3.
blast through this
So we-
because if we linger on each one of
look,
these
you
clips,
guys, I tell you,
Look-
each and
look
every
it,
week we
look
have
it,
to blast
look it.
through.
we're gonna
We have to blast through each one of the topics, and what do you guys do? You linger.
we don't linger, bruh.
We're gonna lose that race.
We try to specify some details, and then you're like, move it.
Yeah, that's
right,
the only way.
let's do that.
Only way to get you
Let's
guys
whip
from
this horse.
lingering.
Let's get this
All
pony
right.
show on the road.
First is first.
E3 coverage,
E3 coverage, man. Well, first of all, I just want to say,
pre-recorded live.
E3 was awesome. I mean, in some ways, it was awesome. Why? Because
Bethesda 76. They don't know how to count.
because this is the end of this is pretty much the end of a console cycle
Yeah.
in many ways.
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
So I can't
New
expect
episode.
there to be many new things.
Ninja Gaiden
They're
3.
just showing us a lot of gameplay demos now of games that they had announced the year before.
Gran Turismo
And
4.
so this is just like a sizzle reel. It gives us, the gist of everything that was shown. But the conferences were
Halo 3.
very out of whack this year. I mean,
Dragon Ball Z.
Nintendo did the typical Nintendo thing, right? So
Right.
so they
Half-Life
did that, which is expected. But other than that,
GTA 7.
And Xbox did the typical thing as well. But Sony and some of the other companies were
Assassin's
just kind of
Creed.
like whack, You know what I'm saying? Did you see any of the E3
I
press conferences?
I saw some of the Sony,
Oh, Devil May Cry.
and I saw some of the Nintendo. I didn't get a chance to catch Bethesda or Microsoft or EA, but I heard that there was a lot of cringe moments, a lot of live performances that didn't really need to be there.
Andrew WK performed.
I saw that.
That was actually everybody hated it.
That's what I was gonna say.
I loved it. I thought it was cool.
I saw like a clip, like a highlight reel of
Yeah.
all that would happen. The whole audience was like, yeah,
Yeah, like they
and like it wasn't their kind of music.
I'm old I see I'm old now because I love Andrew WK, and seeing these younger people's reactions to Andrew WK,
Half-Life
like,
3 or Riot.
Like,
You got it.
Dude, you don't know how to party. Half-Life 3 or Riot. That's been the slogan for a while now.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah, well, I think they already announced it.
Okay, then
but
you're welcome.
Nothing concrete.
Confirmed.
Nothing
I mean,
yet.
yeah.
Yeah, so
moving on.
Lingering Leo.
Lingering.
I mean, that was the sizzle reel.
Al Cool J, Lingering Leo.
Now, Francisco, this is one of your favorite things.
FIFA 19.
World Cup is happening right now as we speak.
Yes, it is.
Mexico beat Germany this week. I'm
First
so excited about that.
Ever in World Cup history did Mexico beat Germany. Never happened before.
It deserves that Joker gif.
Yeah. And I think it's Germany's fault because they were a little too cocky, but yeah,
some people call it graft.
So we're watching FIFA 19 here. It's been announced that they are now going to feature Champions League, which used to be a staple of PES games in the past. Pro Evolution Soccer from Konami, and they lost that right now. I guess they didn't renew it. It was too expensive. I don't know what the deal was, but Konami decided, now we're gonna pass. And FIFA, obviously,
could they really compete against FIFA?
Like, we're getting it then. And so now you'll be able to play
the
actual Champions League tournament in FIFA, whereas before it used to be like a made-up name. You could still play the games, but it wasn't officially Champions League
tournament mode.
So yeah, they named it something else. So
moving on.
I don't know what this is.
This is a commercial so that we can watch a commercial.
Yay!
You know, I just want to tip my hats to the EA press conferences. I enjoyed it a little bit more than most, but not for the press conference. I enjoyed it because they had these fellas right here do a FIFA tournament, FIFA 18 tournament on, you know, right after the live stream. There was a lot of commentary and these guys, we were in the final time, extra time, and they scored a golden goal and they went absolutely bonkers. It was the Mexican team versus the German team, this is like
foreshadowing.
This happened like days before the actual game,
predetermined.
So this was, for me, it was the highlight of E3. That's why I added this in there. I probably shouldn't be talking about it.
I think I would have
enjoyed it. Look, my controller's not working.
I think I would have enjoyed it more if I didn't hate this guy, but all right.
Cool. Wait. Why do you hate? I have no idea who these guys are. Juan
Pazurita. He's like a big YouTuber in Mexico.
Okay.
He's very full of himself.
The guy with the dark hair or the light hair?
Light hair. Him.
On
shaking hands.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Well,
so you just don't like the guy?
Dude, I mean, if you got to know the dude, you probably...
Hey.
Lingering!
I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool.
All right, lingering. Moving on.
Yeah,
Xbox.
So
what's going on?
Xbox, as you can say, they went with the more like traditional...
Phil Spencer!
Traditional thing.
I like this
Phil
guy.
Spencer. And a lot of people always talk about...
I don't own an Xbox, but I like this guy.
Who won E3? You know? Who won E3? And if we're talking about games... Just the games
movies and pop culture
and all that.
All from a family.
Nobody won E3 in terms of
love your family.
No, because it's. I mean, they are in competition, but
pretty much a lot of what was announced at the Xbox press conference was announced at, you know, were games that were they were announced on the conference for Xbox, but there were also games that are multi-platform. They're coming out for PS4,
right,
and they're coming out for PC and Nintendo
Crossplay.
Switch. Right. So what? Why do people say they won? Well, it was because of the presentation. They won the presentation. They did have the best presentation of the night, in my opinion. But in my opinion, also they won because something that has to do with substance, something that Xbox had been lacking, and they had been getting trounced by Sony and some of the other developers, the companies like Nintendo, which is in first-party titles. If you have first-party titles that are, you know, specific to that console and exclusive to that console, you have to have first-party developers, which is exactly what Microsoft did. They announced these new acquisitions, as they titled them, the Microsoft Studios Initiative. And so they announced that they were acquiring all these studios. I think it was a total of 5 major studios.
So they're becoming Disney.
It would have been cool if like he came out dressed as a Nick Fury or something.
Yeah, they're becoming Disney.
Who?
With a patch.
Microsoft, Xbox.
No, they're just trying to catch up with the competition.
Yeah.
They're not becoming Disney. They're just trying to catch up.
So they didn't really
Because it's
say like
something they
this is
didn't
what we
have.
got. They just said this is what's possibly coming because
Yeah.
we're getting.
Right. They announced like Undead Labs, for example, is what we're seeing up on the screen right now, and a lot of others, like this psychological game that was an indie game that came out last year. This girl that had schizophrenia. Do you remember the title of that game?
Psychokinesis. I don't know.
I think it's
Lou
called
Diamond Phillips.
like Shenmue's Sacrifice or something like that. They acquired that studio. They acquired a few other studios that have a lot of great games already released, and now they're going to be making Xbox exclusives, something that Xbox really has not had throughout this entire console generation. Now, what does this say for the Xbox One? Probably absolutely nothing. They're gearing up for the next generation. Next year is the big E3. Next year is going to be where we get a PlayStation 5, an Xbox Next, whatever that system is.
Xbox 2.
And Nintendo will probably release some sort of revision to their Nintendo Switch.
Pro.
Nintendo 64 Classic.
Switch Pro.
So, I mean, in terms of surprise announcements, I think this is another category Xbox wins. However, how much of a win can you really call it if all they're doing is playing catch up?
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're talking about, but really they didn't give us anything. They just
Right.
kind of gave us a promise. This is what's coming.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
it.
something that they've done before, and they haven't fulfilled, followed through on their promises. I mean, but still, it's with Phil Spencer in charge, and yes, Francisco alluded to it earlier. He's a very
awesome.
likable guy. I like Phil Spencer. I'm not going to buy an Xbox, but I like
like
the
him.
guy. You know, he seems like a cool guy. He seems like a video game guy. He understands video games. He understands what video gamers want.
All right.
And so,
All right.
kudos to you, Microsoft, with your Xboxes. There was also another announcement.
Master Chief is back.
Master Chief is back and better than
But
ever.
just like the that kid that spoils everything, like for that movie, for that show that you've been so wanting to
Lingering,
watch.
Rick.
Just
lingering.
busted it on and this is gonna happen.
Lingering.
Halo.
Yes. I mean, by this time, most people already seen these trailers. We're just kind of giving you the best of. And
we're
this
reacting,
was-
Rick. Shut up.
This is
probably-
Leo's like extended Furious 5.
This this is probably the most popular franchise Xbox has ever
Oh, yeah.
had. And
Well, this honestly was kind of what made Microsoft
yeah.
console wise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, but the big thing about it, and that's why I mentioned that Master Chief is back, is because the past Halo games didn't have Master Chief. It had the other dude. I can't even remember his name. And they
Really?
they were basing the story on trying to get away from Master Chief because he belonged to Bungie Studios. And
I thought the last one was Master Chief, and that was like
no,
that was it.
No,
That's what I
It
thought,
was
too.
somebody else. I can't remember the name. Somebody comments, please.
I played part 3, and that was it. I stopped there.
Yeah, so now Master Chief is part of this game. It's not going to be the other dude, which I don't remember his name, to be honest. So, not a big Halo
Lou
fan.
Diamond
So,
Phillip.
yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
All
There's
right.
our name drop for that guy.
I'm gonna
So
look it
here's
up.
a big reveal for Master Chief, and I played only the first Halo game, and I was stoked about this. I mean, graphically, it looks
nice.
really pretty. It's running at 60 frames per second. I'm really digging the vibe in this game, the music, the visuals, everything. Yes, it's not a game that you're gonna see on the next Xbox, but I'm just happy it's coming. I'm probably not gonna get to play it because it's an Xbox game, unless they decide to release it on PC as
huh?
well. But yeah, I'm really happy for all the Xbox fans getting this title. Looks like it's gonna be really cool.
It looks good. Looks good.
One title I'm really excited for.
Oh,
and
AJ called
if you
it.
see our live E3 coverage that we did on the night of Sony,
Real quick.
last Monday, Sony's press conference.
Spartan Locke is the main protagonist of Halo 5.
There you go.
So, it wasn't Master Chief.
Wait, they're at
Alright.
5 now?
That was the last one.
This,
wow,
this is
I
going to be
didn't know
6.
Mhm.
This one.
Oh, Infinite. Yes, it's going to be the sixth 6 major
Okay, back to
games.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Man. They showed gameplay.
Spider-Man, man.
It wasn't just
Spider-Man,
a
man.
typical trailer
Spider-Man, man.
with pre-rendered
Spider-Man,
visuals.
man.
It's
That's
they
whatever
showed a
Spider-Man
gameplay,
can.
Actual gameplay.
and it looks sick, dude.
It looks
so
amazing.
good.
This is a purchase day one for me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about the look, the suit, the look of the suit.
I don't like the white spider. I told Leo
But-
last time you weren't here, so
But
you missed it.
yeah,
we'll cover that. We're done.
the actual gameplay itself, it looks amazing. It looks pretty cool.
It looks Batman Arkham Asylum style, and nothing
Ish.
bad with that. It's pretty good, and I like the fact that you can use a lot of stealth and you can use a lot of web slinging, and it looks like it's done right. So
Absolutely. I mean, they mixed quite a few elements from different video games, it seems like. Some of the traversals that you see in like the GTA games, like going through the city and
Yeah,
everything
free
looking
world.
like it's alive, like free roaming.
This was
And
announced.
then you
Was it
also
2
have
E3s
the
ago?
fighting mechanics of Batman, but not only that, but you got some of the weaponry mechanics that you see in other games such as GTA and also Horizon Zero Dawn, where you got that little wheel where you can swap with, from exploding web to like the sticky web that sticks them to the wall and all that stuff. It's really cool. I think it adds a lot of depth to the gameplay, at least from a visual standpoint. I haven't actually played it myself yet, but it looks like it's going to be tons of fun.
It does look actually like a lot like Arkham Knight.
well, yeah,
Just
I mean,
flying web, web swing
yeah,
and
like
whatnot.
and it's amazing the fact that you're able to do that. Like basically see the city, choose a vantage point, and wanting to go to another place of the map, and you can totally do that. Zip line through it, web slinging through it. And
PS4 exclusive, right?
Yep.
PS4
It's
exclusive.
owned by Sony.
Sony owns Spider-Man, so they're keeping this one an exclusive game for their PlayStation console.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looks amazing. I want to buy it.
Plus,
does.
there was an instance, I guess, if you went to see Infinity War early or you got like a special ticket or something, you could get the Iron Spider suit DLC for free.
Once it comes out, or what?
Yep. So
All right.
I don't know the details of that, but
Right.
that's
All
the
right.
thing. Yeah, and interior play too. So it's
Yeah.
not only outside.
Yeah, it's definitely Batman-ish
Yep.
in a way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, moving on to Nintendo now. If we can ever get past these commercials.
Oh,
They're
those darn
bored.
pesky commercials.
bored of the
You need to
commercials.
get YouTube
Commercials.
Red, man.
Yes.
Oh, Smash Brothers. Okay.
sir.
I something I have to say real quick about this is that I was under the impression that this was just like a remake of the Wii U version. Apparently not. Apparently Nintendo has stated that it's a from the ground up new version. It includes every single character ever made for any Smash Brothers game, but it is a brand new game. Keeps much of the same style, much of like the FIFA games, kind of like you can't really tell the difference, but there are minimal tweaks here and there. Yeah, brand new game, Leo.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's one of the announcements that was made. Actually, it seems like it was the only announcement that was made by Nintendo.
Yeah, Smash Brothers.
They showed
Two of my favorite characters.
Hola,
right there.
Tony, ¿cómo estás?
they showed I want to say something like 25 minutes of other stuff that they're going to be releasing, and then they showed like 45 minutes of this.
Yeah.
A lot of gameplay, a lot of characters
Look at that.
revealed.
Look at that.
Which is cool, man. I mean, it looks like a fun game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're putting.
From a gameplay perspective, a lot of the guys demoing it absolutely said it was completely revamped.
Okay. Cool.
The speed was a lot different. Some of them said it was more methodical. I'm not exactly sure
And
what they mean by
you
that.
can use the GameCube controllers. They're gonna have an adapter available
really?
for
That's
the
pretty cool.
Switch. So
Well, yeah, because just playing the Joy-Con controllers is gonna be, not good. Killer in a not good way.
Super
I don't know,
Smash
but I
Bros.
think they're putting
Ultimate.
like too much emphasis on this game. I mean, this is cool. This is amazing that they've got all these characters, and you're gonna have to unlock them in story mode and all that. That's pretty cool. But it's just, I don't know.
Do you
I
think
don't-
that for the rest of the Nintendo Switch life cycle, we're gonna have a year where we get like a Mario Odyssey and a Breath of the Wild type game? I don't think so. I
No,
don't think
because-
we'll
Maybe
be able
another
to ever
Zelda game.
See that again.
maybe another Zelda game
Ev-
because
every year?
Nintendo.
No, but I
Nintendo's
mean,
famous.
Two big games in 1 year like that.
No,
I don't think
not in
so.
1 year. But Nintendo's famous for putting one big Zelda game at the beginning of a system and another one at the end of that system. So
Yeah.
who knows?
So when it comes out,
And let's not
uh-oh.
forget Sega. Sega also announced a new
Racing game.
racing game. Any of you guys play the old Sega racing game? It's like
Yes.
3 or 4 years old.
Yes.
You did?
I never played it.
You didn't? I
you know what? A lot of people have not given it its proper due, but
You can play with
that-
Ryo Hazuki in there.
that game is
a
amazing.
forklift.
I absolutely
Nice.
love that game. I love it just as much as like the Mario Kart 8 game. You
Mm.
know, it has plenty of
It's the
depth.
drifting.
It has-
the drifting is very implemented in this game.
I think Mario Kart just ruined these kind of games for me. I've just played it so much.
Mario Kart
and-
is Mario Kart, dude.
Right.
But that's why,
Yeah.
like all
You
these
know?
cartoony.
I mean, Mario Kart's still king.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
all these
But this is
cartoony
really,
racer
really good.
kind of cartoon and whatnot is just, I don't know. They just don't appeal to me anymore.
To each his own.
Yeah, I still have fun playing these. I still actually
Tomato.
play the Steam version of,
I
of
agree
this
to
game,
disagree.
the older game. But yes, a new game from Sega. I'm pretty stoked about it. Sonic
Coming this
Racing.
winter.
Yeah, winter.
All right.
Available for the Dreamcast. What?
Dreamcast.
Okay, guys, I have to take
Dreamcast
this
classic.
one. Xbox announced a new game titled Cyberpunk, and in my opinion, this was the game of the show.
Is
right
it like
here.
No More Heroes?
It's
Which is coming out for the Switch. I don't know if you knew that.
it's like what's that movie that just came out not too long ago?
Ready Player One?
2049.
2049 Space Odyssey.
The
Yeah.
Blade Runner.
Blade
It's
Runner.
like
Blade
a Blade. It has Blade Runner's visuals all the way through. It's gonna be a first-person game, but just judging from this trailer, looking at the visuals, looking
Futuristic.
at everything that they've put into it, I'm stoked, man. This is a game I had kind of heard about, but not really paid attention to it. And now that I have
Whoa.
visuals to go along with it, and the vibe, it has that 80s like trance music, you know.
It looks like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally has that sweet vibe of
Sweet vibe.
a future that's kind of has that 80s vibe.
Synthetic wave.
Yes,
Like an 80s future.
It's totally my right up my alley. It's totally the
It's
type
Leo's cup of tea.
yes, my cup
Cup
of tea
of tea.
all the way. And I just can't wait to play it, man. It looks so cool. I mean, look at that car, look at that jacket.
I mean,
Look at the visuals, cyberpunk, man. I'm
it-
sold.
it
sold.
looks like Ready Player One. They got the 80s genre and they made that in the future.
Yeah,
That's
and
what-
from
that's
what I
what it looks
understand,
like,
this is
but-
going to be an Xbox exclusive,
Oh,
but also coming
maybe
out on PC.
Well, there it is.
Mhm. So yeah, I'm
You'll get your
stoked
chance
about
at it. You'll get your chance
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Only on PlayStation.
All right, now we're gonna get to the PlayStation heavy side of things.
This is the
Now,
meat
this
and
is another
potatoes,
one of
right?
the ones that we talked about last week at the PlayStation conference.
Oh, Last of Us. Okay.
The Last of Us, man.
Part
It's-
2.
Last of Us, one of my favorite games of all time. It's just I'm gonna skip right here to the gameplay because this is the real meat and potatoes of what they showed.
You know, I have to be honest. I wasn't that overly impressed, Leo. I mean,
uh-huh.
and it's gotta be that camera. I'm not.
You
I
don't like the
that.
over the-
No.
Yeah, you've never been a fan of
No.
over the shoulder, but
No.
you did like Resident Evil 4, right?
Yeah,
That's
but
great because
I'm a fan of the series.
RE4 is the reason why all these games have evolved that
Mm.
style of the over the
Yeah,
shoulder
that
camera.
was basically like the flagship of
Yeah.
the over the shoulder. And then with the Resident Evil 2 remake with the over the shoulder look and all
Mhm.
that looks pretty nice.
And I'll be
Looks
honest
pretty
with
nice.
you, I like this. Probably my favorite point of view in video games, the over the shoulder. Francisco hates it. I love it.
It does help. I mean, really, what else can you do other than you do bird's eye view? But that's not really good for.
It's kind of like a hybrid of first person mixed with a little bit of the old school third person view.
Yeah,
It's a little bit just like a little bit more centered in there.
it just puts you a little bit more into the game as opposed to you're controlling somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, it is what it is, but you know that closeness over the shoulder kind of gives you a little bit more of that aspect. And yeah, I'm kind of with you with that. On certain games, I love first person shooter games, kind of. But on certain games, I like to see what's around.
Right.
Especially with this when there's like a stealth concept involved.
Right.
I'd like to see, you know, over barrels and walls, around trees and buildings, and I like that a little bit zoomed out look
Yeah.
because that's what I feel you need to be able to, you know, to play it well.
Right.
As far as the game itself, I mean, did they confirm this is all legit gameplay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
It's all
Because there was
legit
a lot of mechanics in there with her running like an action sequence. You know those video games where it's like a predetermined thing that you have to smash the button at a certain time to dodge or whatever.
QTEs, Rick.
There you go.
QTEs.
There you go. I forgot the name of it.
Well,
It looks something like that, but you don't obviously see a button or anything flash on the screen. So it kind of confused me because it looked like that's where you would implement something. Like
Remember Arkham Knight?
Now
I think
we're
it's
getting
about the same.
a little taste of what the fighting mechanics are in this game, and something that I really haven't seen in a game like this before is where
Blood.
there's almost like scripted moments in the middle of your gameplay. I don't know how to explain it exactly in just such a short amount of time because our time is limited right now.
Lingering.
But what happens is she'll be fighting somebody, and then the camera kind of does this pan where it kind of like focuses on that fight between those two characters, but you know there's a character coming at you from the side, and then it almost like allows that other character to come in and grab you, and then you have to perform some other move to get that character, that secondary villain,
That's what I'm talking about.
off of you. And it's kind of like a QTE, but not really.
Arkham Knight. Press
And,
Y.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
know,
but
like in Arkham Knight.
No,
you
but the
press
way-
Y.
but
the
that's
way
just
the
a
camera-
counter. That's just a
Yeah.
set move.
Yeah, the camera never moves in Arkham Knight. What these guys are doing is the camera is constantly panning like you would in a film, like this. You
Okay.
see
right
that?
there what just happened.
Exactly. And so she performs a
But
move,
see,
you
there's
know,
circle.
pressing triangle,
You
right?
press circle.
And
Yeah,
and
but you're already in
Right.
it. Like, watch right here is another example. I think where she picks up that bottle and chucks it at the girl shooting at her when she's running like at full speed. You don't see an icon that says like press X at this right time to pick it up and smack her in the face, or what would happen if you miss, kind of deal. You know what I mean?
And each time she drops, the camera just does these subtle
See,
movements that makes
Right
it
there.
look so
Like-
cinematic.
Like it just happened
I
quick.
thought I
Like,
saw circle though.
See, like
no, that was just like the target, like the aiming.
Mm.
But I mean, of course, then again, we're also talking about the person playing this has probably played this over and over and over.
See-
So
see right here, like all this stuff. There's new evade mechanics. There's this extremely cinematic camera that where you can see the action's happening fast. It's going, and it almost seems like itself is a like a pre-scripted sequence, but it's all happening in real time and happening according to the decisions that you're making while you're playing.
I will wait and
Which
see.
to me, that is something I really haven't seen performed in a video game the way it's being performed here, and I'm really stoked about the gameplay this time. That was probably the weakest spot of The Last of Us Part 1, the gameplay. It could have had more depth to it, and this looks like it's adding a lot more with this way of playing. There's a lot more examples. Remember to check out our video from last week where we see the entire thing, but
Where Rick didn't show up.
yeah,
but it's really cool.
gears pop.
I don't know.
Okay,
What's
this one's
with
for
your
me.
what's
I have,
with your Funko
I
Pop,
have to
Leo?
admit, this one's for me. It's most gamers aren't gonna like it, but I love collecting Funko Pop toys, and I think that this is
Gimmick.
gonna be the new Lego series.
Okay,
in video
give me
games.
Marvel, give me Star Wars, and I'm in. But Gears of War, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Gears of War is not.
So if
not
they would have
big,
done the
but
Lego
I-
Gears of War, you would have gone for it?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
No.
said no Gears of War. Give me Marvel superheroes, Funko Pop,
See,
and I'm in.
when I'm seeing this, I'm seeing beyond Pop Gears of War. I'm seeing Pop Marvel. I'm seeing Pop
That's
Star
what I'm
Wars
saying.
games. I'm seeing all that stuff. That's what I'm
Yeah.
like. As hooked as you're into the Lego games, if they follow through with that, I'm gonna be into the
But
pop games.
but
as
I
well.
don't know because okay.
Death Stranding.
Well, we'll talk about it later. Moving on.
Lingering.
Yeah, lingering.
It still gave us more questions than answers.
This is Lost in Space.
Lost in
Man.
Space.
It's Lost. If you've seen the
Death-
Netflix series Lost in Space,
There's
this
a
is
little,
pretty much it.
There's a little tinge, a little concept there. But okay, so every year this is the third year that they've shown this, right? Well,
Yeah.
not this, but
Death Stranding.
it's Death Stranding.
Mhm.
And every year we walk away going like,
No,
what
but,
the heck?
But at least
Yeah.
now you know a little more. That
Right,
it's not
right,
just
so-
out of place. It's a different planet.
So
It's-
you see some gameplay and some mechanics of how it works, but you're still, what the heck are those shadows? What is up with that baby?
Right
he's
what-
saving humanity. I think that's pretty much what it is.
now,
That-
I think the director of this game, Hideo Kojima, mentioned that once the player begins to play this game, 2 hours into it, all these crazy things that we see in the trailers
Are gonna make sense.
are going to make sense. All those things are going to be explained, and you're going to know exactly what you're doing. And what they did here is
See,
this
that's
is
Robert.
actual gameplay right here. What you're seeing on your
Beepo.
screen,
It's
this
Wally.
is gameplay.
Look at Wally on his back.
It's Robert.
Exactly.
Wally.
I'm stoked about this game, guys.
No, it looks good. It's just
I wish they would
confusing.
show less of it. This
Show
is
less?
obviously not running on a PS4 or Xbox One. This is probably a PC. A
It
major
does
PC.
look like PC
and
graphics.
it's gonna be probably running on a next generation console because the current gen consoles cannot produce these visuals.
unless
right
you
here.
lower down the graphics.
Yeah,
True.
which is
I mean,
why I'm
look at
saying they
Switch.
cannot produce these visuals.
if they bring it onto the Switch. Oh man, imagine.
Oh, they will too.
Imagine
Watch.
that.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
if Kyrie
Look at that.
made it,
Why is there a
Skyrim,
corpse
this 8-year-old game.
on his back?
no, that's the baby grew up. It's like on an accelerated time.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
telling you, dude.
All right, I'll buy it.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, so I mean,
Lingering.
I'm really stoked about this game. It's really cool. I'm glad they showed it.
Mhm.
Boom.
Boom.
Shadow of
Alright.
the Tomb Raider.
Now,
Lara
this
Croft is
game,
back.
you guys know I'm a big Lara Croft fan ever since they relaunched the series
Remade him.
a few years ago. This is the third of those games.
Still haven't played the second one.
And I'm so happy we got to this third game
Hey,
because
guys.
now it's
Hey,
kind of
guys.
like
Fun fact: I've never played a single Lara Croft game
Really?
ever.
When they came out on
jeez.
original PS1, I was all about it. I think I played
I
the
didn't
first
care
three.
for it.
No,
I was all about it.
I tried. I know you were all about it. I was very interested in it.
With them 32-bit graphics.
Yes, and I really never got a chance to get into them. I played a little bit, but didn't get into it. But then later, when they relaunched them and they were all done like Uncharted games, because I love Uncharted games, and these are practically are a good
Example.
they're a good complement to an Uncharted game, and I think that's why a lot of people don't miss Uncharted games that don't have a PlayStation system because you have Lara Croft across PC and Xbox platforms. It's practically the same thing.
All right, cool.
Drake versus Croft. Who would win, Leo?
I'll take Drake. Dude.
Oh!
Yeah, those games are a little bit better. They're a little bit better. Better storytelling.
All right.
However, in terms of gameplay and all the other things, it's almost right there. It's almost right there. And this takes place in our motherland, Francisco. Rick,
Yeah.
in our motherland,
our
Mexico. The setting of this game, it's very
That's a Predator scene right there.
yes, it's very awesome, man. She's exploring the jungles of Mexico.
Oh, there's a Jaguar.
I am Jaguar King. This is my jungle, and I
It's-
will protect it.
It's Bagheera.
That's
So
a line from Mexican Avatar.
All right, cool. Mexican.
So it looks good.
Apocalypto.
It looks
It's
good,
Apocalypto.
but we're gonna have to wait and see because it looks like it's just all
It looks good.
CG, right? I mean, it looks like it's just all
No, I
Movie.
think that's actual gameplay.
Actual
dude.
gameplay, really?
Yeah.
It's
I mean, there's
uh,
half and half.
It's an in-game render.
Yeah.
It's an in-game
That's-
render.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But it's not. We haven't seen the gameplay from this trailer, but during the E3 conference,
like, this looks
they
like
did
gameplay.
actually Ubisoft did actually show gameplay, and it plays. If you played one,
That's
Tomb
how
Raider game, you played
Uncharted
them all.
plays,
Wait,
dude.
Ubisoft?
It's,
Is
it's very
Ubisoft?
cinematic.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. So, or is it SquareSoft?
Squaresoft,
Enix.
Squaresoft, and Idols. Idols
Interactive?
Idols Interactive.
Yeah, we'll see. So, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm more stoked about this game than I was about the other ones that came out.
Heroes.
And so I'm really happy about that.
All
So
right.
Idols,
Crystal
Idols
Dynamics.
Square
Moving on.
Enix, Crystal Dynamics.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And yes, it's coming to PS4, Xbox.
This
and PC.
one, at first, I thought it was a Tenchu game, which would have been.
It
pretty
would have been
awesome.
cool. It would have been cool. Actually, when it was on, I think the commentators were talking about Tenchu while this was playing. But it would have been cool. That presentation, though, with the guy on the flute and everything, like,
See,
it seemed like it wasn't needed. Like, it
No.
was
It's just to kill time.
out of sorts. And
okay, I've been talking about my favorite games of E3, and Francisco, remember there was something wrong with our stream when we were trying to broadcast.
There was no
it.
sound.
Yes, and I was trying to fix the whole sound issue, and so you started narrating, and you said, and you
Yes.
started saying like, "Guy with the sword looks
Yeah.
like ancient Japan."
Right.
He's getting into a fight, blah blah
Yeah.
blah, and I was listening to you, but I missed this whole thing, this
Yeah.
whole part.
Okay.
So that later that night, when I went back to see it,
Later that night.
I was like, what is this?
Right.
And I saw what was happening, and I could hear your voice narrating it. And I was like, oh, it's that game.
Yeah.
This is way better than what Francisco was saying. It's
I said it. I couldn't.
100 times better. It's like, I mean, just the cadence of your voice made it seem like you weren't impressed by it.
I was trying to figure out what was happening and trying to tell people at the same time. So
see, there you go. That's why. But I was blown away by this game. I'm right here. This is all gameplay. This is all
forward it a little bit because this is a lot.
Yes, this is a long gameplay stream. I'm gonna forward it to where there's some action.
you can ride a horse. Whoop-de-doop. Zelda
Whoop-de-doo.
does done it.
It's like an old Japanese version of Zelda. Yeah. It's like.
Yeah, so I'm just completely on board. And this is all rendered in-game right here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is part of the gameplay in this game. And I'm just totally stoked about it, man.
It looks beautiful. I mean, like the leaves, just that alone. I mean, that looks awesome.
And the fighting mechanics, it looks so smooth.
I don't know.
Mitsurugi's soul is
don't,
stronger.
I don't know about those mechanics because it just seems like it's another button masher and just dodge, attack, counter.
Yeah.
Simple.
See, whereas to me, it seems like it's more of along the Dark Souls style, but maybe a little bit more arcadey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Not as hard as the Dark Souls games, but this right
Souls.
here, we're seeing a one-on-one fight. There's also fights where it's like him against
three
three
on one,
or whatever.
kinda, yeah.
There's more, but as you can see, the visuals are just completely bonkers, out of this world. It would not surprise me if they say it's coming to PS4 and it looks nothing like this, and they end up also releasing this for
It
PS4.
has happened in the past.
Or PS5, I mean. So, but so far, from what I see, this is it's the truth, man.
Also, when
The
you
truth.
mention PS5,
Ghost of
quote unquote,
Tsushima.
I think Sony should start renaming PlayStation now. Like they should stop with the number sequence.
No.
See, I disagree.
No.
I think they have a good thing going
I
that
don't know.
Xbox and Nintendo don't have, and I bet you they wish they did.
All I know is that there's a commercial. I gotta find it. Imagine the PS9.
The PS9, that's the famous commercial. A lot of people online already have seen it, but
I mean, they already called
Check
it,
it
so
out.
they have to do 1,
I
2, 3,
guess.
all the way up to 9.
And then another one, dude. I don't know
guys,
how
EA's
many do
conference
we need.
was so boring.
How many
but
do we need?
To me, this was the highlight.
I
And I know Francisco hates them. I don't know why. Have you ever even
I
played
played
it?
the
Assassin's
first
Creed?
one. I played the
See-
first one, and
see-
I couldn't get into it.
I'll be
okay,
honest.
I will tell you why.
Mhm.
I was into the whole medieval aspect of it, and I was when I saw the trailers. Oh, this game looks awesome. All right, I'll get it. And then it's not even that. It's a freaking sci-fi story about. I was turned off by
An
that.
assassin and
Yeah.
recovering old memories.
Didn't one just come out? Or is this
It's
it?
one every year, dude.
last year
It's one
they
every
released
year.
the
Assassin's
the
the
one
one
Creed, by
based
the
in
way.
ancient
In Egypt.
Greece.
No,
I
the
mean
one-
ancient Egypt.
yeah.
And then the
Right?
prior one,
And now
was
this
the
one
pirates.
is based
Black
on
Flag, but that was like
Yeah.
2 years
ancient
ago.
Greece. This one's Greece. The other one was Egypt. And you know what? I love that. I love that. The fact that they're getting away.
Do they
from
all
the whole-
interconnect? Honestly, I've only played one.
I don't
I've
think they
only
do.
Played
The,
Syndicate.
the story is the same. Like somebody gets in some machine that has the bloodline of some ancient warrior
Assassin.
or whatever.
But I mean, do they connect somehow?
No,
do
I
all
don't
these
think they
stories
do.
have?
No, I
that's
think
the connection, as far as I know.
just that
I'll
they're
be
able
honest
to go
though.
back.
I've never played one of these games completely. I
Mhm.
just played maybe like an
I've
intro
never
of one.
finished the Syndicate either.
But this one, I think, will have to be the first one I buy in a long time. This
I
one,
mean,
because
same. It looks nice. It looks beautiful. But
I love it because
Hey, look, Leonidas.
it's Greek mythology. I love Greek mythology.
But check this out,
That is
Rick.
true.
The
That
reason
is
why
true.
you like this is because we're at the point of the mature console race. It's basically like Leo saying ascending. So they finally were able to exploit all those graphical assets,
Mhm.
and
That
now
they
the games
promised
look
long
beautiful.
ago.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, but like Leo was saying, they might not even come out looking like that, and it might be the next generation that will be having
Well,
that.
I
this
mean-
one will because it's being
Well,
developed
it
for
will
the
be,
PC.
but I don't know.
Another game, Rick, you might want to talk about this
Is
one.
this-
This one, I'm just like, I'm done with it.
This
Crackdown, like I
Is this
have-
the one where what's his name? Terry.
Terry Crews.
Terry
Crews
Crews
came
is
out?
narrating in the whole
Mhm.
thing.
I
and
honestly,
just
I
a lot
never,
of
I didn't
screaming.
see this one on the presentation. But when it came out, what was it? Was it last year when we saw this?
Yeah,
Mhm.
It didn't impress me that much. I mean, it looked like it was going to be an action-packed game. Oh, there he is. Look at him.
Doesn't really look much like him. I gotta be honest.
It looks like him. It resembles him. But imagine that you're in a game. I mean, you're immortalized forever, basically, with that.
Walking Dead
But
guy.
but
Norman Reedus.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
And
I mean,
Last of Us.
this looks like it's like a party
Ellen
game. Like
Page.
this is something that you want to play with your buddies and friends. And then they change her on part
They
two.
had to change her.
This looks kind of like the Mario Party kind of game. This is something you want to play with friends.
No, this looks more like Fortnite to me. You know, like that style of game. And
Yeah, but it's something. No, but what I mean is, it's something that
nothing
you
like
just
Fortnite in
that
terms
you
of
just
gameplay.
play with
no, not
friends.
the gameplay, but the goofy artwork. Like, you know, like they're trying to be
The cell.
hyper realistic.
it is cell shading. That is a genre.
But it just seems to me like this isn't like a serious game. It doesn't feel like it's gonna hit hard and have a huge fan base that they're gonna keep making
to
more.
me, it looks like a Saints Row game.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
It's just pick it up, have fun, destroy stuff, like another GTA.
But people
pre
don't like
GTA.
that anymore, though. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're reading their fans correctly, because I think people are tired of those type of games.
That's what I'm saying. This just seems like it's
I
just
think
something
there's
like
a
they
fan
threw out
base
there.
for it, but I just don't happen to be one of them.
Yeah.
Another game from Sony,
Days Gone.
Sony exclusive, that they have been showing off
It's
now
gonna get
for
delayed
some time.
again.
They showed us more gameplay, and it just
It's
God.
another Resident Evil. Another
I remember
Last of Us.
last year it was nuts with that horde of zombies. I mean, at least to me, it felt like, man, if you were there and you were being felt like you were being pressured and chased by all
Yeah.
those zombies and whatever they're supposed to be. I mean, if they could do that, not just in that one scene, but if they can have that effect over and over,
make it
that would be a good
manageable
game.
where you can actually beat them or escape them. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
Not just a cutscene.
or where it's gonna glitch out on you if
yeah.
always
well,
be
they
swamped.
finally revealed when it's coming out, February 22nd, 2019. So
Next
I'm
year.
stoked
Supposedly.
about it. I'm stoked about
Oh.
it. This could possibly be a day one purchase for me.
Yeah.
According to what I've seen in the gameplay, it looks like it's a very challenging game, but it's very fair to you.
There's always easy mode.
as to
Ashton
what,
Kutcher,
what you can do. It kind of does look like him, doesn't it?
a little bit.
But I mean, it to me, it just looks like it's very different from other games that we've seen in this genre. I mean, yes, it's survival horror, but it's very different where the gameplay elements is what's the big kicker for me anyway.
See, what I think kills it for me is that there's this Days Gone and The Last of Us.
Right.
Both Sony titles. It feels like they needed to focus on one and not the other. Like this should have been like Microsoft's answer.
But I think
to
it was
The
actually
Last of
this
Us.
guy's fault
Right.
because they took too long. Like it has been delayed like 3 or 4 times already. So Last of Us got up to them. It's not their
right.
fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, when you see it, when they come out, you'll see that the gameplay is very different.
All right.
I think it's very different.
All
And
right.
it looks the same.
I'll give
but
it
it's
to
very
you.
different.
I'll give it to you.
EA, another one of the very popular games, which is why we added it on here.
NFL Blitz.
NFL.
NFL
I want
Blitz.
the NFL Blitz to come back, man.
That would be awesome.
NFL,
NFL 2K2.
Madden NFL 19. What's the big surprise here, Francisco?
It's on PC.
Finally on PC after
Yay.
such a long absence. It's probably been more than 10 years since a title like this came out on PC. I think one of the last ones was for I want to say Madden 07 or 08. Correct me if I'm wrong. Drop a comment down below. But I'm stoked about it. It's coming on PC. This is
Leo
going to
will
be
be
really
able
cool.
to play it again.
Yes, I'll be able to play it again. Graphically,
though you pretty much have
it
all the
looks
consoles.
great as always. They always look great. These games, and I mean, I'm just stoked. It's
I mean, I'll
coming
give
to
it
PC, man.
I'll give you that. Okay, cool. Now it's on PC, so it gives it more to a different fan base. But same thing like FIFA for me. It's like it's a
once every year.
reiteration
Yeah.
Yes,
of the
absolutely.
same game.
It's gonna be the
with
same game practically.
a couple
as last year's.
cosmetic,
Mhm.
upgrades and whatnot. It's just kind of like
Yeah.
again.
I mean, but the big thing here is it's finally coming on PC.
Yeah,
That's
that
the big
that,
thing.
that is important.
That's
yes.
the biggest difference.
Well,
so
you
that's
know,
what I'm stoked about.
EA actually did listen to us doing the DLC for the World Cup. We always kept saying instead of making a new game, just give us a DLC, update the
Right.
teams or whatever. Maybe now they'll start doing 1 year and just update it every year for like 5 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a World Cup version
All
of
right.
it, where it's just every
AJ
4
Bishop
years or
earlier
so.
asked for
Yeah,
the new
I was
Soul
about to
Calibur
refer
5
to
game.
See, he
And
said it. We listen and we provide for
and
you.
here it is.
You got it.
Sony actually showed us in their showcase some gameplay for the new Soul Calibur
Calibur.
game, and it looks. I mean, it doesn't. I'm sorry, you guys, but it doesn't. To me, it does
It's
not
not
look.
Soul Calibur.
It does not look like a current generation game. This looks like something we would have seen on like a PlayStation 3 or, something maybe like from 5 years
It
ago.
looks like Dead or Alive, just with the Soul Calibur characters.
Visually, I don't think it looks as good as other games we've seen like come out recently in recent years. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm excited because we played the crap out of Soul Calibur 2 on
Yes,
Dreamcast.
that's true.
3.
That's what excites me. The gameplay of it, right?
3.
But the
When that
visuals,
one came
I
out,
don't know
it
about
just
the visuals.
didn't. I don't know. It didn't feel like I needed to.
Could have
play
been
it.
more brushed off. It could have definitely been
polished.
Yeah, polished.
So is this like a final product? Have they said this is in its last touches, or are they still working on this, or is there a release date on this?
I think there is a release date on it.
I'll probably see it at the end.
We'll probably see it at the end. Maybe not. Nope. No release date at the end.
Probably have to hear them to hear what.
But I mean, just from
Is
a
there
visual
armor
point
breaking
of view-
off? That's
they
that's
got-
a pretty cool
They got
concept.
They
little
did
touches,
that.
gameplay touches. I mean, this game has always been about the gameplay. I mean, on Dreamcast, it was also about the visuals. There was nothing like this game when it came out. However, this, I mean, I don't know. There are some nice touches to the arena and all that. However, something about it doesn't quite scream to me.
Well, if you
that
can't
it's a
really
current
interact with the
generation
background,
game.
it's not that much of an importance either.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
especially
just
after
focusing
seeing-
on the fight.
Right, especially after seeing games like the NetherRealm games where they release the Injustice games and the Mortal Kombat games that have so much more detail and interactivity with the backgrounds. And then this comes out and there's almost nothing with the background. I don't know. They better have some really cool
Maxi.
other modes on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lingering.
Lingering.
Rick, you play what's that game called? M something?
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
M what?
I don't remember. But this is like a continuation to a game that came out like 4 or 5 years ago.
Control.
It's called Control, and
Remember Me?
it's like it could be Remember Me.
With the fried egg on the back?
That game was.
I don't know.
I
I couldn't get into that game.
However, this
Control.
is supposed to be a continuation to. I think it is Remember
Yeah,
Me.
I think I saw clips of this.
And I mean, it looks really cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't recall there being same gameplay footage. So again, we can't really base it off of that. Just the aspect of like all this trippy the Leonardo DiCaprio Inception. Oh, there it goes. There is some gameplay right there.
I mean, like, look at that. To me, that looks really cool. It reminds me of the old Star Wars game, Force Unleashed, where you grab
where you can
objects and boom.
push and
When
pull
that
and
came
explode.
out, I mean, the ragdoll mechanics of the Stormtroopers, that was pretty cool.
This is like the evolution of that engine.
Okay.
You see? And to me, it looks like it's super cool. I'm stoked about it.
It looks pretty good. It looks like there's going to be a lot of that stop time element, a lot of
Bullet
pushing and
time.
pulling. Control. Well, there you go. Control. That's why.
Yeah,
Controlling all that stuff.
Control. Force Awakens.
All right, now
Division.
another game that I was really stoked about this past generation, but it had a lot of issues when it was
Rainbow
first
Six.
released. They had to have a lot of patches released to finally fix a lot of the problems. But I think it's a very fun game. If you're out there, The Division is a good game to pick up right now. Most of them are already like on sale. Like you can pick it up for like $15-20.
I gotta give
Maybe
it
less.
I gotta give it to these at least. It's kind of the same thing with Call of Duty.
Yeah, you say duty.
With every year almost they come up with another version,
Right.
where it's just again another new story, but the mechanics are almost the same thing. These at least I feel that they're trying to involve more of that military aspect,
Right.
not just the action, the shooting, the killing. Like, I mean, at least at least to me, it feels like they're trying to convey more of that horror, the terrorism, the struggle, the fighting in their story, in their campaign, in their mode of how you play. So I got to give it up to them at least for that. But I don't know. To me, it's kind of still it's just another Another war game.
Military tactic.
Most of that was eloquently said until you just said it's just another war game.
Eloquent.
No, I'm stoked about this game. Why? Because it seems like it fixes a lot of the issues that the Division 1 had.
Apparently they're
and they also had a long gameplay gameplay trailer as well. Okay. And they showed off some of the
March 15th
new gameplay mechanics. That
Fallout 76.
It looks awesome. Now, I have nothing to really say about this game, Rick. I
think it's just Bethesda too. They know where to put their money because Fallout and
Fallout 4,
Elder Scrolls. Those are their two main titles where they're very closely related as far as how they play. They just have two different concepts of, story modes and equipment and items and all that kind of stuff. So this is just their next one. The previous Fallout 4 was amazing. I still haven't passed it. I think I
haven't played any of those games yet. I mean, not all the way through. I played a few hours of one.
So happy.
That's practically nothing. Anyway, is this a continuation?
No.
Is it a full game or is it like a side story?
Each one of those and those numbers represents the vaults that they're coming from.
Okay.
So basically, you can kind of say they're all in the same world, but in different locations.
Okay.
Fallout 4 kind of started off in I think it was the 50s, 40s era.
This is probably 76.
And then, the whole apocalyptic thing kind of happened. They're in the vault. And that's what their number represents.
Look at this creature.
So once you come out to the surface level, it's basically you're kind of seeing the aftermath of what happened. Again, the number just represents the vault that you were from. This case, set Vault 76. Each one has their doctors, their scientists, their whatever. So they have their own community. When you go out, it's just kind of like a free for all. You don't know what the heck is going on.
Right.
So each one is its own different story, its own different character, and of course you customize them, you name them, and do it whatever you want to do. But it's not like Vault 101 was the predecessor of Vault 76 or anything like that. They all kind of concurrently happen. I don't think
different
on any of the games. Yeah, I don't think any of the games really say like, oh, hey, I just came out of the vault and I noticed someone else coming out. Even though there are other vaults that you can visit, but it's not like another game that you're going into or anything like that.
Well, visually it looks great, but I love Bethesda's games. They're all really tight.
Yeah.
They're all really tight. Usually they have great gameplay mechanics and great storylines. So, but
just in time for Black Friday.
I'm not big on these.
It's not gonna be
Fallout games. So
quick thing, I overheard comments. I'm not sure how true this is, but I heard rumors that might be an online.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to be different because
see.
As opposed to it was just local, now you're going to have to be interacting with other people. So,
yeah. We have Battlefield 5 here that we're looking at. Another one of those Call of Duty type games. I don't know. Lately, it looks like the Battlefield games have been just tearing it up in terms of... They've been tearing it up in terms of gameplay and visuals and everything in between. I don't know what your perception of it is, Rick, but this looks like it's going to be another great game from the folks at EA and using this DICE engine.
Yeah,
DICE. Yeah, they're doing away with the previous engine, right? They're going over a new one?
No, it's the same engine.
Oh, I thought it was a different one. Mm-hmm. All right, but...
Yeah.
Funko Pop, Gears of War.
No, I mean, this is the one game that I would love to play that's not on PlayStation and it's not on PC.
I have yet to play any of the other Gears
This is a true
of War.
Xbox exclusive. Yes, they have versions of it for PC, but it's not on like the Steam store or anything like that. And Gears of War 5 was announced, man, and these games look like hardcore action games, the type of games that I want to play. And
he did.
I mean, it looks like it's gonna be really cool, man. We're seeing a lot of like the story arc here for but if you look at the action, this is the type of game that has a lot of machine guns, a lot of gore, a lot of action, a lot of run and gun, and hordes and hordes of enemies. I mean, if you look at the second half of this trailer, it gives you a lot to look forward to in terms of the locations, the types of weapons that these characters wield, and a lot of the weather effects. I mean, It just
Oh,
looks
snap.
really, really good.
It's Goro. Oh no, never mind.
This guy reminds me of some of the villains that you see on the God of War games. But I mean, just
Splat.
looking at this, I mean, look at that. It looks so visually appealing.
No, it looks cool. I mean, it
I'm
looks.
stoked. But I mean, the sad thing is, I'll probably never get to play something like this unless they actually release it on PC.
Tripod tank.
Maybe.
Eventually they might, but I mean, as it is for now, yeah, like you said, I think you can get them from the Microsoft store, but you can't get them on Steam or any other any one of those
Right.
other game clients.
And it's not on our playlist, but another Microsoft game, another exclusive, that's also going to be on PC,
Anthem?
is Anthem.
And
Anthem looks, it looks bonkers. It looks
Bonkers.
really, really good.
Bonkers.
Okay, this
Lingering.
next one, Francisco.
yes.
You like games that are old and are releasing on the Nintendo Switch at lower resolutions
Old
at the
guy.
sacrifice
Because I
of
can take
gameplay.
them with
Old
me
guy Pancho.
everywhere. Oh snap! All
Releasing
right.
on Switch. They announced it at
Really?
E3. Yes.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
See, now aren't you glad I waited? Because now I can take it with me
Doesn't
everywhere.
matter to me.
Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad I waited?
Dude, this is awesome. Dude, I didn't know about this. This is actually good news for me. Thank
There
you.
you go,
I
Francisco.
appreciate it.
Coming
awesome.
2018 this year.
All right. But
Cool.
what's the price on this though? Because I mean,
It's gonna be full price.
the full package was what, like $90?
But
if
by
you want
then,
the-
it's re-released. I mean, you know, it's like
I mean,
mostly
I hope
everybody
it
played
drops
it.
because that's
And again, Fortnite. It's
yay.
another one of those.
So I never really got
Net
into
on Switch, Francisco.
I never really got it
Free
into
download.
this game. And yeah, I downloaded it on the Switch, and
Free
my kids
download.
play this like every day now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They've been bugging the crap out of me because one day they saw that I had it on the computer.
Yeah.
I don't know, for whatever reason, something just crawled into my mind. I said, let me play it for a second. I played like one round, and I was like, nah, I'm done, and I quit.
It's not.
And my kids saw that, and since then they were like,
Yeah.
Daddy, Fortnite. Let me play
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
And that's
I'm
what
like,
all
no,
the kids are talking
no,
about.
No, yeah. And
I'll-
I'm glad at least it's
Yes.
that versus PUBG, because PUBG is just a little bit more.
graphic.
You're all
A little bit
mature.
more.
You're all because that's the one I'm playing,
'Cause that's-
and they're gonna be
that's-
bugging me to play
That's
my
Daddy's
game.
game. No, but yeah, so I
Yeah.
put it on the Switch, and there you go. Have fun with it. It's free.
Oh, this one looks sick,
So
dude.
Francisco, this game looks really cool.
Yes.
This looks awesome,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, so far you can't tell what it is, but
It's a
that's
tennis
what it
game.
is.
Ninja
Boom, a Mario Tennis, the one that they announced at last year's E3, I want to say,
Yep.
and they finally showed off a lot of gameplay for it,
Mhm.
and it looks like it's pretty deep, man. Like
The only thing
Mario
that I don't
Strikers.
like is that you have to use the Joy-Con as an actual motion
Like
device.
swing it?
Yes. I don't
Really?
know.
That's
yes.
kind of fun.
Mhm.
That's
I mean, yeah, but it takes away any of the skill. To it.
Yes. I don't know if they're gonna have a mode where you can actually use joystick and
well,
buttons.
supposedly the motion detection on that is way more advanced than what
It
it
is.
was on the Wii
It's
or Wii
supposed
U,
to be,
right?
Yes.
So I mean, technically, I mean, if they're claiming what it is, then yeah, I mean, you should be able to do better backhands or spins or lightly tap it or whatever.
And this is Rafa Nadal, but whoever's wondering, is like the best tennis player in the world right now, from Spain.
Switch.
So remember back in our day, used to be Andre Agassi and
Right.
whoever the other guy's name was, I forgot.
The angry guy.
Yeah, McEnroe.
Andrew. And was it-
Joe McEnroe.
Okay.
Yeah,
The guy that used to yell for everything.
Oh, Pete Sampras. Pete Sampras was the other
I'm
one.
stoked about this game. I like it. I mean,
Mm.
it looks like it's
a
going to
fun
be a lot
game.
of fun. A nice party game.
So,
Anything
yeah.
with
Yeah,
Mario
Nadal
is
won.
usually
Exactly.
good. They take good care of Mario games.
Mhm. Yeah, see, there you
So
go.
that's pretty cool. And if you can really play like this, I could just imagine people at
I-
parks playing. it.
I don't know how you can see that little tiny screen and be
Rick,
like, yeah.
you just do.
I don't know. I mean,
You're
on the
looking
TV,
at your
cool.
phone screen in front of you.
Yeah, but I'm not playing a game on my screen from this far away. Like, oh.
Mm.
Oh well.
But all right, I'll give it to Switch. I mean, it's a cool concept.
I mean, it's just kind of like another Wii U game
Yep.
remixed and remixed and retitled and
Oh,
brought
it's
over.
a Mario. He doesn't. Oh, he did the hat.
Hey, that's a
pretty-
cool signature right there.
Yeah.
I like it, the Mario signature.
He would like it.
Woo!
That was a
Guys,
long
yeah,
show, man.
that's
Was that-
it,
oh, man.
brother. That's it. We made it. We what was the thing? we kept
Lingering.
saying? No lingering. So we finally got through
We
it.
tried to brush through that, and we still had. Oh man,
1 hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. I thought we
Good
were
job,
gonna go over
guys. High
that.
fives.
Yeah.
Reverse 5. Reverse.
That was the weakest high fives. But it was partly my fault. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Tell us what your favorite things of this year's E3 Electronics Entertainment Expo
What's up, Sean?
were. Sean, sorry, we're ending the show, bro. You're gonna have to
7 o'clock Pacific
that
time.
Sean's here. Let's get out of here, guys.
Sean, let me tell you how you can watch our show since you missed it live. Go to Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. All right. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. You can check out on YouTube. Just go to YouTube. Check out all our old content on
every
there.
Tuesday.
All on there.
Keyword digital game time.
Keyword digital game. Well said, Rick. You're very eloquent today.
Rick has been giving us one after the other one today.
Yeah, it's like all the wrong things that he did before.
Lingering.
Like
he's
been
making
it up on the show, and
Not
that's
my
what we
fault.
like. That's
Not
what
my
we
fault.
like. That's what we like. Rick.
Copy paste.
That's what we like. Yes.
Tell them about the merchandise, Leo, that you're not wearing. Neither am I. Neither is Pancho.
You can get the Office T-shirt at
digitalgametime.com/merchandise. Check it out.
Well said.
Cool.
Very eloquent. Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Lingering. Lingering is the word of the day.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Leo along with
Rick
and
Francisco.
Until next time, enjoy your games and love your families. Ciao!
Hello there. Digital Game Time, your show about games, movies, and pop culture is now live every week. Follow them and watch the show every Monday on Facebook Live at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Comment, participate, and interact with Leo, Rick, and Francisco as they tell you what's happening in the world of entertainment at facebook.com/digitalgametime. Also, be sure to follow them on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch at Digital Game Time, and check out their t-shirts with original designs inspired by pop culture at digitalgametime.com/merchandise. And remember, enjoy your entertainment and love your family.